Breaking overnight, 5 US states have just received special SNAP orders straight from Washington. This isn't rumor. These are confirmed directives sent to state offices, and they could change how millions of families get their food stamp benefits starting next month. Listen carefully, because if you or someone you know relies on SNAP, the next 60 days could look very different. Sources inside the USDA say these orders were issued after new 2025 budget adjustments. And for the first time in years, not every state is being treated the same. 5 states were chosen for what's being called a targeted benefit realignment, a phrase that's raising eyebrows from lawmakers to local grocery stores. Now, what does that mean for you? Will your EBT balance go up, down, or disappear for a week while systems update? And most important, is your state one of the 5? Stay right here, because in the next few minutes, you'll find out which states made the list, why they were chosen, and what you need to do before the next payment cycle hits. This is urgent, it's official, and it affects your kitchen table, so don't scroll away. Now, let's break down exactly what's happening and why this update is bigger than most people realize. Earlier this week, the US Department of Agriculture quietly issued a special state adjustment notice under the SNAP program. This notice was delivered directly to 5 state agencies: Texas, Florida, Ohio, Michigan, and Arizona, confirming that these states will participate in a pilot-level benefit recalibration tied to the new 2025 cost of living and inflation models. According to the internal memo obtained through the USDA's Food and Nutrition Service, these states were selected because of their high enrollment numbers, inflation sensitivity, and variation in unemployment trends over the past 6 months. Simply put, these 5 states represent a massive portion of America's working-class households, and the government wants to test how benefit timing and value adjustments could work in real time before rolling it nationwide. Now, why is this happening? 2 main reasons: budget pressure and policy reform. First, Congress recently finalized the Fiscal Stability and Nutrition Support Act of 2025, which aims to keep SNAP sustainable through the end of the decade. That means they're adjusting benefit formulas, introducing a regional pricing factor, and rechecking how cost of living increases are applied. If you've noticed grocery prices climbing, bread, milk, produce, the government has too. They're trying to prevent a funding gap while still keeping households covered. Second, there's been a major push from the Office of Food Security and Consumer Affairs to modernize how SNAP funds are distributed. That includes smoother digital EBT deposits, real-time fraud monitoring, and a brand new eligibility cross-check system that syncs with IRS income data. It's designed to reduce delays, but for the first few months, it might cause some disruptions. In fact, officials in Ohio and Texas have already confirmed that payment schedules will temporarily shift by 3 to 5 days while systems update. Meanwhile, in Michigan and Florida, new eligibility notices will be mailed out to some recipients who might need to reconfirm income details or update dependent information before the next benefit load. The USDA insists that no one is losing benefits, but rather that payment structures are being optimized for accuracy and efficiency. Still, for millions of families, any change in the deposit date or amount can mean real stress at the checkout line. Now, before you panic, remember, these special orders are not permanent. They're part of what insiders call the 2025 realignment window, a 90-day observation period meant to stabilize benefit delivery during the new budget cycle. If the results are positive, the USDA plans to expand this system nationwide by April 2025. If problems arise, they'll revert back to the old format by mid-year. Now here's where things get personal, because these new SNAP orders aren't just paperwork. They're already affecting how benefits hit your card, how much you'll receive, and when you'll be able to use it. Let's start with the most urgent change, payment timing. V. If you're in Texas or Ohio, listen carefully. Your February SNAP deposit dates will shift by 3 to 5 business days. The USDA confirmed that the update is tied to a new smart distribution system, which will stagger payments to avoid the nationwide network overloads we saw last year. That means your EBT refill might not show up on the usual 10th or 15th. Instead, it could post between the 13th and 20th, depending on your county and case number. In Florida and Michigan, the change looks different. Instead of delays, households are receiving automatic benefit recalculations. Basically, small adjustments based on household size, rent burden, and local grocery inflation rates. What does that mean in plain English? It means if you live in an area where food prices have risen faster, say Miami-Dade or Detroit, your monthly SNAP amount could increase by 5 to 8% starting this cycle. And then there's Arizona, which is testing a brand new model called SNAP Plus, short for Supplemental Needs Assistance Program. Under SNAP Plus, families with kids under 12 or seniors over 60 may receive a temporary $75 nutrition supplement automatically added to their EBT balance by the end of this month. It's designed to offset rising costs for essentials like milk, produce, and cooking oil. And yes, it's fully government-backed. But here's the truth, not everyone will benefit immediately. Some households will receive a verification notice through mail or their state EBT portal asking them to update their information, especially income or dependent details. If you ignore that notice, your next month's benefit could be delayed until your file is confirmed. According to one USDA spokesperson, about 320,000 households across these 5 states will need to complete this quick verification. They're warning recipients, don't delete emails or toss out mail from your local DHS office. That envelope might contain the notice that decides whether you get your February benefits on time. Now, about the money side, based on what we've seen in the pilot data, average households in these states could see an adjustment between $84 and $126 per month, depending on size, dependence, and regional inflation. Single adults might see little change, but families with children could notice more. And yes, that includes both EBT and PEBT, linked benefits where applicable. Here's something else you need to know. The USDA is using this trial to test a new inflation index that updates benefit values every quarter instead of once per year. That could mean quicker responses when grocery prices spike. No more waiting 12 months for a cost of living adjustment. But it also means more frequent checks on your eligibility and income status, so be prepared for extra verification messages this year. Now, before you get too excited, let's be clear. This doesn't mean permanent benefit increases for everyone. It's a temporary realignment meant to study how flexible benefit adjustments affect inflation control and family security. If it works, this model could become the foundation for all SNAP benefits nationwide by late 2025. If not, it'll quietly expire after the review window closes. But either way, for millions of Americans, this is a glimpse into the future of food assistance, faster, smarter, and more dynamic, and you're part of that pilot, whether you asked to be or not. Now that you understand what's changing, let's talk about what you should do next to protect your benefits, confirm your eligibility, and make sure you don't miss your next deposit. Let's talk about what you should do next, because these changes are real, and acting early could save you days of waiting or missed benefits. Step 1. Check your state SNAP portal. If you live in Texas, Florida, Ohio, Michigan, or Arizona, log in today. Go to the Messages or Notices tab. You might already see a section labeled Benefit Adjustment 2025 or Special State Order Update. If it asks for income verification or family detail updates, Don't skip it. Complete it right away. That single step could be the difference between getting your next payment on time or having it delayed. Step 2. Mark your calendar for your usual payment day, then add a reminder 3 days after. If your benefits don't load by then, contact your state's SNAP helpline. Here are the key numbers. Texas, 18775-417905. Florida, 18667622237. Ohio, 18662440071. Michigan, 18886788914. Arizona, 18557778590. These are direct lines to the state benefit offices, and yes, they're already briefed on the 2025 realignment orders. Step 3. Stay alert for mail and email updates. Many states are sending physical letters titled SNAP Recalibration Notice. If you see that, open it immediately. It's not junk mail, it's your lifeline to uninterrupted benefits. And finally, keep calm. I know any change to your benefits can feel scary, especially when you depend on them to feed your family. But the USDA has been clear. No one is losing access. This is about modernization, making the system faster, fairer, and more stable for the long term. They're testing new tools to ensure benefits rise when inflation rises, not months later. That's good news in the long run, even if it means a few bumps in the short term. Now, let's zoom out for a second. If these pilot states report positive results, fewer payment errors, faster updates, and better fraud control, we could see the entire country under this new system by April or May 2025. That means families in California, New York, Illinois, and every other state could soon get the same faster benefit updates too. So what's happening right now isn't just a state story, it's the beginning of a national change, and you heard it here first. So before you click away, do this. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay tuned, because we're tracking every update straight from the USDA and state offices. Whenever a new list drops, you'll know right away if your state's next. Stay informed, stay prepared, and remember, you deserve clarity, not confusion. We'll keep watching the headlines, the hearings, and the official reports, so you don't have to. This is your benefits, your money, and your future. And you have a right to understand every change. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.